Commission-only sales used to have a terrible reputation, Wolf of Wall Street style reputation. Now it's making a massive comeback, particularly in the high-ticket sales world. And the question why is just because both salespeople and businesses benefit off the back of it, if it's done right. Now, this is a question that I get quite a bit actually, but somebody's reached out and asked if I can do a video off the back of it. What is the benefit from my perspective as a business owner of hiring commission-only sales reps, and why would they even be motivated to come and work commission-only when they can go and get a retainer or a base pay somewhere? So we're going to get stuck into that, but just to let you know, my name's Adam Davies. I'm the CEO and founder of Sales Chief. We're a UK-based recruitment, sales management, sales training company, and we essentially specialise in growing and scaling high-ticket coaching companies, agencies, service-based businesses all across the UK, around the world actually. In fact, we've got lots of clients across the world now. So if you want to find out a little bit more how we could potentially help you grow and scale your business, there'll be a link in the description where you can speak to the team and they'll just demo exactly how we've done it with other businesses similar to yours. So back to the question at hand then. So why commission-only sales? Why is it a benefit for a business owner to bring in a commission-only salesperson? The obvious benefit is it takes away a lot of the heavy overheads like payroll, all of the stress that comes with payroll and stuff like that as well. These guys are performance-based. So from a business perspective, you're going to pay them out on performance. It does mean that you're probably going to pay a little bit more commission. But who cares? If you're making more sales and you're actually bringing in more money, who cares? A lot of businesses we speak to, they normally adjust their prices to accommodate commission anyway. But the real benefit comes from this is instead of investing £2,000, £3,000 in a base pay salary, you invest that back into marketing, because the salesperson can actually earn more money if they're good off the back of that anyway, and obviously you can earn a hell of a lot more money. If it's going as a salary, it's not necessarily dead money because it's giving that salesperson stability and they've got like that kind of safety net off the back of it, which is obviously important in some people's cases. But for a lot of people, they would much rather have a business that invests heavily in marketing, not has to worry about all that kind of stuff, and they've just got opportunities coming out of every orifice throughout every single day. So the spend itself creates opportunity, not just cost. Now, from a salesperson's perspective, and I 100% get this by the way, there's lots and lots of sales reps that will go, there is not a chance in hell that I would work commission only. Fine, it's not for you then. But there's a lot of people that definitely would. And again, in some situations, it's just not possible. If you're like trying to get a mortgage and you're used to having a salary and you've got a set amount of money coming in every single month and you're literally in the stage trying to get a mortgage, probably isn't quite right for you yet. That's not going to go down very well with your mortgage company if you're just making a pivot from being employed, having basics and all that kind of stuff to completely self-employed, no books and all that kind of stuff. So I completely get it. However, like when I first got into sales, we much preferred to be commission only because it meant that we had a little bit more freedom and flexibility. I mean, sales is hands-on, right? You're never going to be able to just turn up as you please, when you please, and make a hell of a lot of money. If you put in half-assed effort in, you're going to get half-assed results. But it does give you a level of flexibility because you're your own boss. But there is a commitment from the salesperson perspective to maximize those leads, because otherwise what will happen is business owners will get more salespeople in to make sure that their leads are being worked in the most efficient way. And what can happen with that is you can end up with too many closers or too many salespeople making average money. So you'll get high churn, or you're just going to attract average salespeople that are kind of happy with average money, and that's not really the best position to be in. So from a business perspective, it's really important that you don't get trigger fingers and you keep adding people way too quick before you can support them, because before you know it, you'll have either 4 average salespeople or you're constantly going through that recruitment process. Some key things to be clear on though, when you are going through the recruitment process, transparency is key. If you are looking for a commission-only salesperson, advertise your role for a commission-only salesperson. Otherwise, you're going to end up doing a ton of role play. You're going to do a ton of interviews and you're going to have a load of people say they're interested and just drop off because it's just not their bag. It's not what they're into. If you do advertise your role as a commission-only sales role, you'll have commission-only salespeople that are interested in them that will come knocking on your door looking for that role. One thing we need to remember is there is an abundance of salespeople. They do tend to sometimes feel like they are the one in demand, but by all means, right, the top 1% of salespeople, they are in demand, right? There are few and far between, and it's hard to try and find them. Granted, maybe that's one for a different video, but there are lots and lots of salespeople looking for the same opportunities. So as a business owner, you are in a place of power, if you like, because you know that you've got lots and lots of sales reps that would fight over that role. Now, that doesn't mean that you can go and take the piss. We still want to reward them because, again, it keeps them long term. But another good thing of doing here, by the way, is adding a bonus system. So rather than just giving a salary, you can just add a bonus system in place. So again, it's based on incentive. If you hit a certain amount of sales this month, your commission scales to X. Or if you hit a certain amount of sales this month, you get X amount of bonus. So again, it makes sense, it keeps them incentivized, it keeps them coming back every single day, and everyone's happy in that scenario. What you need to understand though, from a salesperson's perspective, these guys are probably being burnt several times with people that are just selling the dream and not actually delivering on it. So you'll get lots and lots of closers that will come to interviews and stuff, but if you're not ready and you're not in a position where you can actually offer them a full calendar of opportunities and you can make it worth their while, that you will lose a lot of people and you'll waste a lot of time in recruitment stage. So you have to make sure that you understand your numbers. So what you need to work out before you go to market, if you like, looking for a high ticket closer, you need to make sure, A, can I support them financially? Can we put together a package where their OTE earnings, obviously by OTE, by the way, we don't mean just turn up to work. I mean, they put a shift in and they put a performance in, but it's not impossible or very, very difficult, like an on-target earnings of at least £10,000. How can we facilitate that? Do we have the infrastructure in place? Do we have the marketing systems in place to be able to support that? If you do, get out there, go and get these guys, because it's probably costing you money not doing it. But if you don't, you need to work out ways in which you can do that. And you might be thinking, oh, it's a little bit risky for me, like I need to go and spend a load of money on marketing, but you do. That's just parcel of growing and scaling a business, unfortunately. There's no easy way to sugarcoat it. If you're hesitant about it and you're not ready for that, you're not ready to start looking at high ticket closers. So if the math works, you've got the infrastructure in place, you can put the opportunities in their pipeline, and you can actually facilitate a high ticket closer earning at least sort of £10,000 a month if they're putting in good performance, by all means, go out there, go and get them. From a salesperson's perspective, if you're interviewing for a position that is commission only, you need to make sure, and you need to make sure that they've got the infrastructure to put that into perspective. Because again, from your point of view, sometimes if you're out of work or you kind of need to get into work quite quickly, you can kind of jump at every opportunity. If it's an opportunity that doesn't work for you, but also if you don't believe in that business and what they do and what they offer, then you're not going to be able to sell it to your best potential, which means you'll be draining leads, which is only going to piss off the director and the business, but also you're not going to be making the money that you want to be making. And if you are a business owner, and this all sounds daunting and you want someone to come in and potentially manage this for you and take a look at it, this is exactly what we do. So click the link below in the description, book in a demo call with our team. We're not hardcore salespeople. We are very much of the ethos of what we work on with our clients, as you're not trying to fit square pegs in round holes. So if it doesn't work for you and you're not a right client for us, we're not going to try and force you into it. We're not some sort of like sales messiahs, but book a call in with the team, book a demo, and we'll show you exactly how we've helped other companies like yours to go to probably where you're looking to go. But in the meantime, you might want to check out this video, because this is what YouTube is suggesting. And also, just very cheekily, it wasn't YouTube that suggested it, it was mine. And it gets me more runtime and it gets me more airtime on YouTube. Thanks.